Hello, grade 4s. Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting angles. Now, I'm talking about adding and subtracting angles within a circle, or on a straight angle, or on a right angle over here, or perhaps within a quadrilateral or a triangle. Okay, we're going to be calculating angles without using a protractor. Let me repeat that. You are not going to use a protractor. As much as you are tempted to do it, the whole idea today is to calculate angles without using a protractor and just using the other information that we have, okay? And us teachers have ways of finding out if you used a protractor or not, believe it or not. So we will know if you used a protractor. Now I'm going to show you how to figure out angles with just using addition and subtraction. That's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to show you a circle. Now we all know that a circle, all of the angles inside of the circle, if you were to add them all up, it would total all this angle, and this angle. You total them all up, you would get 360. We've talked about that before. This angle, or this circle rather, happens to be divided up into thirds, which means it's 3 equal pieces. Well, hey, we don't need a protractor because we just take 360 degrees and divide it by 3. Okay? So 360 divided by 3, well, I know that 36 divided by 3 is 12. So that must mean I put the 0 back on. That's 12 with another 0 on the end to the right is 120. So I know that this is 120 degrees for each angle inside. Okay? And I know they're all equal because I said they were in thirds. Okay? So, and 120 plus 120 plus 120 equals 360. So, boom, we got it. Let's take a look at this one over here. This one is divided into fourths. Okay, so we're going to figure it out without using a protractor. Okay, well, 36, 360 divided by 4, or I'm going to think of it as 36 divided by 4 and add the 0 in later. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Put the other 0 on, now it's 90. So I know that each of these are 90 degrees. And I'll put that little symbol there. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay? And we'll put that little symbol in there, that little box, half a box. Okay? And 90 times 4 equals 360. Now, oh, and I forgot to tell you that this video is in 2 parts. Okay? Right now we're working on part 1. And within part 1, you are going to go and work on slide number 1. It says part 1, task 1. And the first slide is going to have you, I put up 3 circles that are divided equally. You're going to calculate the angles inside just like I've done, but you have 3 new circles to do it in. So do that right now on your seesaw slide. And then come back to the video for the next section in this part number 1. So go to your slide number 1 now. So I hope you all were successful with your first slide. By the way, I'm sure you figured this out, that one of your circles was divided into tenths, which is easy to divide up. One of them was in sixths, and the other one in eighths. All fairly easy to divide up. Okay, now we're going to look at angles inside a circle when they are not divided up equally, but we know some of the other angles. So here we go. So now we have a circle and it's not divided equally, okay? But we do know these 2 angles, and we're going to try to figure out this angle, this reflex angle here. So I'm going to take 85 and 50 and I'm going to add them together. That's 85 plus 50 degrees. That's so I know that this is 135 degrees is being taken up already in this section here. So whatever is left is this angle here. So yes, we subtract. I'm going to take the 360 and subtract 135, and that's going to get me that angle there. Subtract. 0 minus 5, oh, we can't do that. I need to regroup. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So I know that the remaining angle is 225 degrees. Okay? So now, when you are calculating an unknown angle inside of a circle, You just got to keep in mind that the ones you do know, add those up so you know what angle is taking up that section, then subtract it from 360. Now you're going to go to your next page, the next slide, which is slide 2, and you have some tasks where you have, I think, 3 circles, and you know some angles, but you don't know some others. Now remember, don't use your protractor. You got to do it with math, with adding and subtracting like I've done to figure out the missing angles. Good luck. So you've completed task 1 and 2 from part 1, okay? And now you're going to work on the third task. Now this involves a straight angle, which is the same as a straight line, and calculating an unknown angle on that, and also an unknown angle within a right angle. Okay. Now just keep in mind that the straight angle, this angle plus this angle has to equal 180. Okay. So without using a protractor, right? You're not using a protractor. I just need to figure out this missing angle. So I just subtract the one I do know away from 180. So let's do that. 180 minus the 60. Okay, that's going to give me my remaining one. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 6 is 2. 1. So this missing angle is 120 degrees. Okay, now let's go up to the right angle. Okay, we always know what's a right angle. It's 90 degrees. When it's got that little symbol in it, okay? Or if it looks like the edge of a piece of paper, like a perfect corner, then we know it's a right angle. It's 90 degrees. So we know that this angle here that's missing, added to this one, is going to equal 90. So we're going to subtract that away from 90, and we'll get our hidden angle. 90 minus the 30 leaves us with 60. So this here is a 60-degree angle. And let's erase that. There. Okay? So that's 60 degrees right there. Okay, now go on to do your task number 3 in part 1. And we'll see you in a minute. So at this point, if you have completed slides 1, 2, and 3, you are done for the day if you want. Okay? So you're done now with part 1. You could stop the video and watch the rest of it tomorrow, and that would be Wednesday's lesson. Or if you'd like to keep going right now, you can do that too. So I'm going to go on right now to part 2 of this video. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, this time, angles inside of a shape, inside of a triangle, or inside of a quadrilateral with something with 4 sides, like this parallelogram, or this rectangle down here. Now, as long as we remember that all of the angles inside of a quadrilateral with something with 4 sides, no matter how it's shaped, all of the angles inside are going to equal 360, just like in a circle. And the same thing here in this rectangle. This is easy. We know all of them are 90 degrees. Okay, and if you add up 90 4 times, you'll get 360. But in a triangle, if you add up all of the inside angles, it's going to total 180. Okay, so let's first look at let's first look at this. We have a rectangle here. Now we know as soon as we see this little symbol right here, as soon as we know that one side is a right angle, then we know that the others are. No, that's not necessarily true. If you see this on whatever angle you see this little symbol here, you know that it's 90 degrees. So if these 90s were missing, you would know that each angle is 90 degrees. Simple enough. Now let's go to this. This is a quadrilateral also. These are both quadrilaterals. They both need to add up to 360. Now, I know this angle is 140. And because I know that this is a parallelogram, 2 parallel lines and 2 more parallel lines here, I know that the opposite angle is the same. That's also going to be 140. 140 degrees. Now, I can add both of those up. I can add 140 and 140. And I know these 2 angles are going to be the same also. So 140 plus 140 is 280. Now, if I subtract that 280 away from 360, 360 minus the 280, 0 minus 0 is 0. 6 minus 8, you can't do that, so I need to regroup. 16 minus 8 is 8, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So I know that between these two angles, it's 80 degrees. But since I have two angles, I'm going to have to cut this in half. So 80 divided into 2 is 40. So these are 40-degree angles. 40 degrees and 40 degrees. Let's add them all up. We've got 140 plus 140 is 280, plus another 40 is 320, plus another 40 is 360. So now you're going to go on and do slide number 4. There are different shapes on there, and there are some missing angles. You're going to need to do some adding and subtraction like I've done to figure out the missing angles. Good luck. Wait, I told you to go onto that slide too quickly. If you went onto it and you figured it out, great. But what I did forget to do is tell you about the triangle. Okay, so let me go over that. So the inside angles of a triangle always add up to 180. No matter how the triangle is shaped, all of the angles need to total 180. So again, I know this one's 50 and I know this one's 30. This is my missing angle up here. Well, 50 plus 30 is 80. If I take that away from the total, then I'm left with the remaining angle, which is 100 degrees. So the missing angle is 100. Now, if you weren't able to do the triangle problem on slide 4, you can go back and do it now. I hope you were successful with slide number 4. By the way, that was task number 1 in part 2. Okay, because we are on part 2 now. Now we're going to do task number 2 in part 2. This is the last part of this assignment, and it's on slide number 5. And this time, this is where you kind of have, you put everything together that you've learned, and you're going to have a circle. Now this circle that you see on slide number 5 is divided into 12ths, okay? And remember what you know about circles. So you're going to see an angle there, angle C. And it is shown with green lines, and you'll see you're doing the inside where you'll see the letter C. You need to calculate this without using a protractor. And what you know about circles and angles and adding and subtracting, figure out the angle of C. Good luck. Be sure to look at the instructions on slide number 5, because there is a part where you need to use the audio tool function and explain how you got angle C. Okay? Because remember, you're not supposed to use a protractor, so we want to hear your thinking and reasoning, how you used addition and or subtraction, how you got angle C, and you'll use the audio tool for that. So we are about to conclude this Seesaw post. Remember, this is for Tuesday and Wednesday. And did you notice the hint on slide number 5 where it reminds you that the degrees inside of a circle is 360 and that circle is divided into 12ths, which means 12 equal sections? That was your hint. So I hope you had good luck with that. And remember to submit this up onto Seesaw. Bye-bye.